I removed placement limits. For a second time now, I removed the placement limits from towers to see which are the most broken ones, so that I only have to use that one tower and my one singular brain cell can have a break. Transition. For this video I'm testing Golden Cowboy, Turret, Mortar, Brawler, Warlock and Engineer. Before testing them, I'm going to first rank them based on my predictions of which towers are the best. I'll put my prediction on screen when I have it. If you need more time to read it, pause the video because I'm not waiting for you slow readers. I'm going straight into the first match because I hate making intros. The rules are: number 1, no other towers can be used with exceptions of support towers. Number 2, towers without any flying or hidden detection will be given those, so that things are more interesting. And number 3, for more expensive towers like Turret and Warlock, I am allowed to use Cowboy for the early game defenses. Let's do this! I'm ranking Turret as last mainly because of its high price tag, but also because it's mainly designed to be a boss killer with high single target DPS. It's not designed to deal with most swarms the waves send you. But as always, more DPS the better, okay? That's how it works. And apparently it had enough DPS to already make it up to wave 38 as my lowest prediction. This is kind of how it goes for the rest of the towers too. Placing a bunch of level 4s was seeming to be a pretty good way to kill off everything that came out, but as a reminder for waves 35 to 37, the wave timers are incredibly short. So they just throw everything at you at once. A 70k health enemy, no time for that, here deal with these ones too. But still, I can respect a wave 38 finish, okay? Even though technically the waves before weren't really beaten, I don't care, okay? Since its release, I think Brawler sort of fell off. I loved this tower when it came out, it was such a game changer for the early game. I used it a lot in the past, but the time had to come where I switched over to Golden Cowboy. I'm placing it as the second worst because mainly I think Brawler doesn't have the damage output to deal with the late 30s. But otherwise, I'm just curious to see if it's cheap and spammable enough to kill the late waves. I didn't even think it would get past wave 25. But to my surprise, it made it up to wave 36, wow. With the DJ's discount, a maxed Brawler costed only $12,000. Since when is he that cheap? They made him cheap as hell, what? Sadly, his normal placement limit is 10 or 6 or 6 or 7. But I was able to place a few down. The reposition ability also came in handy, especially when my cat started distracting me and I almost leaked this fallen summoner thing. Luckily I also had the reaction time of a cat and paused the game before I lost. She wants me to fail. Number 4 is Golden Cowboy. You guys can't understand how much I love this tower. Ignore what I said about the Necromancer in the past video. My personal favorite tower in the game. Golden Cowboy is just so much better. I never see him get used in other TDS videos, but I just can't resist taking him into every game I play. He's just way too versatile with his defense and cash generation. With its income, I would assume that I can just spam a lot of them. But I use Golden Cowboy a lot, okay? And it doesn't matter how much I love this tower, I know that it doesn't have the best cost efficiency in terms of DPS. But the Cowboy absolutely bonked Fallen mode, man. That's my boy, let's go. It built up slowly, but at some point I just started generating more cash than I could spend. Literally. For the beginning I just spammed dozens of level 1s. Once I had the DJ up, I upgraded them all to level 2. Then spammed even more, then just leveled them up all to level 4. And in the last few waves, with me generating well over $10,000 per second, I upgraded them all to level 5. It was lagging out like crazy. But on the last wave, the Fallen boss stood no chance against my 70-ish maxed out Cowboys. And I still had 400,000 left over. Cowboy my boy, I knew he would never disappoint me. And I even had forgotten to place down medics, so... Anyways, you can click off this video. We peaked, there's nothing cool anymore, everything else is boring. Cowboy is the best. Actually please don't watch till the end. And subscribe and like and give me money. I'm not well experienced with the Warlock, So I'm not really sure how this tower would even perform in a normal match. But I mean, he looks cool. So hey, let's see, I guess. And I think Honey Valley was kind of extra beneficial for Warlock, supporting both his melee and ranged attacks. On second thought, the melee attacks kinda screwed us over, since they have less DPS, but can hit up to 3 enemies as compensation. And the Warlock prioritizes his melee attack over the ranged one. So enemies can get past him quite easily, which might be a problem. It somewhat had the same issue as Turret in being too expensive, but still a wave 38 finish, which I can respect. And also, if you're wondering, yes, I did give the support towers infinite range. That's why I placed them that far off. Fun fact, I wanted to put Mortar in the part 1 of this series, I guess. But yeah, I kind of forgot to put him in the video. So this is his comeback. The reason I placed him this high was because of me thinking that it should have no problems in the early game and have enough splash damage to kill the big tanks in the late game. I was so wrong. Let me tell you, he was not fun to play with. His early game sucked, his single target damage sucked. He was way too expensive for that kind of DPS. And I know that I didn't use Cowboy, but at the end it wouldn't even have made a difference. He died on wave 32 to these fallen summoner guys, who we couldn't take out fast enough, so they just spawned their goofy skeletons all the time. Using Cowboy could have made a difference, but I know Mortar won't make it till wave 40, so I didn't bother. Boom boom, it's number 1 guys, wake up. The moment you've been waiting for. The mother of all towers, Engineer. It can do more or less everything. I'm gonna put a list of all the mechanics she has on screen right now. And that's why I put her first place. With it being literally designed to have a good transition from early game all the way to late game and the boss, I thought that it surely has to be the best, right? But apparently, I had forgotten how weak the early levels of the Engineer actually are. So it died on wave 28. Is it the lack of DPS? Is it the cost efficiency? The lack of splash, which this tower only has on level 6? Who knows? But also, who cares? Because this video is over. This is the last ranking. This is the last ranking compared to my prediction. Basically the complete opposite of what I predicted. Should I be embarrassed about my knowledge? Maybe. But at least I had fun. Right? Right? Right! I'm sorry for screaming at you. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're watching while eating. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Watch my other videos and join my Discord.